play 18 holes with me at Sedlescombe Golf Club, which is my home golf club near Hastings in East Sussex. Has one of the toughest first tee shots I think that I know of anyway. You've got out of bounds right, a ditch that meanders across the fairway, and then you've got these trees on the left that catches anyone that hits the ball left to right. But fortunate for me, the white tees went out, so I'm playing this off the blue tees, which are a bit further forward. Straight into wind, and I've caught this through with a bit off the neck, so it's spun up, not gone very far, left me longer in than I would have liked. So I've got 159 yards in here, so it's between a 7-iron and 8-iron. I've gone for the 7-iron because the pin's at the front, so just trying to cover that front part of the green. Really good shot. I thought I'd hit this to about 3 foot. So just proving here as well that I put my divots back. So yeah, I thought this was going to be close, got up there and it's released out sort of centre, sort of back half of the green. Hit a really good putt here, so always moving to my left as I look at it. This was breaking and I thought, if that goes in, no one's going to believe me anyway, so it did me a favour just missing, I guess. And then just tap it in, so stress-free par on the first. Second hole, simple par 4. You can try and drive this green, but there is out of bounds right and there's a ditch just short. So you want to miss those bunkers on the left, and I try and play it out to the tree on the right. So I'm just hitting a 5-iron up here, slightly pulled it, so it's got a little bit closer to that tree than I would have liked. But it only left me 102 yards. Got to bend it around this tree a little bit so I don't clip the branch. So I'm just hitting sand wedge here. Pins on the front, which it very rarely is. And then this was a really nice shot. Pitched pretty close and just spun back. But recorded the whole pre-shot routine here to prove that I'm not taking mulligans. These are all genuine first takes. So birdie chance on the second. Really good putt. Straight in the middle. 1 under through 2. Third hole, par 3 as you see it. There is a tier on this green on the back half. So this pin's actually at the back, which is the hardest of the pins. No matter where the pin is here, you just want to aim for the middle of the green. So it's 154 yards. I'm hitting an 8-iron. That won't go long, hitting 8-iron. If I hit 7-iron, you risk going long. So this just pitched sort of middle of the green and sort of stayed. Never got back to that back tier, but leaves me a simple uphill putt. Just simply didn't hit this putt hard enough. So left it short, but tapped it in for a nice simple par to leave me 1 under through 3 holes, and getting through those 3 holes at 1 under I'm always happy with. Fourth hole's the first of the par 5s. So I'm trying to hit driver here and cut the corner a little bit to get it down there as far as possible. First driver of the day, really nice swing, so just trying to move the ball right to left. Fairways are soft, so they're holding. Sometimes it can run through and go into those trees, but this left me 170 yards, downhill, downwind, pins front right, so I'm just trying to start this left side of the green with a 9-iron and try and just move it back to the middle of the green. Cannot go long here, but this was a good shot, so just left me sort of left centre of the green. Eagle opportunity, didn't hit a great putt, but not a terrible putt, never really had a chance, didn't hit it hard enough or high enough, but simple tap-in birdie with the back of the putter. Fifth hole, so back-to-back par 5s, 4 and 5. This one's a tough tee shot. They've put a ditch in that you can't see, which is kind of like 240 to carry. So for me, I'm hitting driver, it's into wind, I'm just trying to get it down there as far as I can. Cannot miss this right. You can miss it up the left and get away with it, but this was perfect. So moving left to right, and it kicked right as well. It almost kicked a bit too far right. This left me 165 yards, got to bend it around the trees, hitting a 7-iron, into the wind, sort of should have probably hit a 6-iron, but thought I was drawing it, might go a bit further, but just came up just short, but left me quite a simple chip shot here. So I'm just hitting a lob wedge here, just trying to pitch it onto the front edge and roll it through. Rolled on a little bit more, but should be all right with these little putts. So this was to go 3 under through 5. So textbook start really, I would say. Sixth hole, really tough par 4. Under 400 yards, but if you walk off with this with a 4, even a 5, it's not really a bad score because it can be a disaster. So I'm hitting 3-wood off this tee and I'm just trying to cut it off that big oak tree. And I've started this a little bit too far left and it's cut it. I thought it was a bit tight and it turned out to actually be perfect. So when I got up there, I was smack bang in the middle of the fairway. Had 120 yards downwind, so I'm just hitting my sandwich, 54 degree. Not a very good shot this, so I've just left it out to the left. But this shows that if you get the right distance, you can get away with it, because this was a poor shot, but I've actually got a pretty good birdie opportunity. So I got this to get to 4 under, left it right in the middle short. But 3 under for the first 6 holes is a pretty good start. Part 2 of playing 18 holes with me at Sedlescombe Golf Club, so currently 3 under through 6 holes on the 7th hole. So this used to be really easy, so you used to just go for the green pretty much every time. Now they've put in a hazard down the bottom left, so doesn't really come into play, so you can still go for it, so it's through that gap the green, but I just hit like a 6-iron off this tee to lay up short, and I've kind of towed this and hooked it, so I haven't hit the best shot. Looks like it's going to pitch into this tree, and it just carries it, and then that leaves me 111 yards, so I'm just hitting a little 50-degree into wind here, and played a really nice shot, so I'm just trying to keep it out of the wind, so keep it low, and it's pitched sort of front edge and just bounced through, so I got a nice bounce as well. It didn't spin, thankfully, and that put me pretty close to give me a good birdie opportunity. So this to go to 4 under through 7 holes. So I hit a really good putt here and finds middle of the hole. So 4 under through 7, moving on to the 8th hole. So the 8th used to be the 14th before they rerouted the golf holes. So this is a really nice par 4. So you're pretty much hitting it straight at that pylon. You want to go down the right side, favour the right side to the left. So I'm just hitting a 3-wood here because driver can run out and get you into the ditch short. Just slightly pulled this and it's gone down into the right rough, but as I said, much better down the right than you are hitting it left here because you'll be completely blocked out in the trees. This left me 86 yards, so I'm just using lob wedge here out the rough. Hit a really nice shot here and actually thought this was going to be really close, but got a really soft bounce out the rough, didn't release, which left me a little bit short of the flag, but still a good birdie opportunity. Hit an okay putt here, not a great putt, just missed it on the low side, but pretty simple tap in for par to keep me at 4 under through 8 holes. So the 9th hole, which used to be 15 on the old layout. So this off the forward tee is a little bit easier than off the back tee. So you're just trying to, there's 3 ponds here. There's a pond to go over, then another pond to go over, then a pond at the back left of the green. You can go for it where they've cleared some trees out off the tee, but I'm just hitting a 7-iron here to try and lay me up short of that second pond. And then that's sort of in A1 position. So then this left me 126 yards. So I'm using the 54-degree, which is my sand wedge here. So it's downwind, can't go long because there is a pond long left. So I'm just trying to play a club that could get back there, but most of the time isn't. So this just sort of pitches middle of the green and spins back to sort of the front part. Leaves me a long birdie opportunity on what can be a dangerous hole for such a short hole. And didn't hit too bad of a putt here. Again, just missed it on the low side and seemed to have a lot of left to right putts today. And then just tap that in for a par. 10th hole, which used to be 15. So this is now a short par 3. Used to be a par 4. So they've built some new tee boxes and this is a really good hole. So you can't miss this left or right because it all slopes off as like a upside down saucer. So I'm hitting pitch wedge here from 131 and played a pretty perfect shot. And this pitch kind of pin high and then spun back to here. So good birdie opportunity, hit a good putt, just didn't move, lipped out on the high side. But a simple par, which keeps me at 4 under. 11th hole, can drive this green, but they've made it a little bit narrow, the fair up there, and they've put a ditch in. So I'm trying to hit it where these guys are up on the left, but keeping it short of this tree. So I'm just hitting a 5-iron up here. And this is just bad course management, this club I've hit here. So I've just hit too much club, and it got a firm bounce as well. But it's just gone a little bit too far, and it's kind of put me near that tree or too close where I'd want to be. So now I've got the branches overhanging. So I've got 108 yards, got to keep it low. So I'm just using my 50-degree gap wedge, trying to pitch it. And this pitched perfectly, front edge of the green, couple of bounces, then sort of checked up, hit this much closer. I would have taken par from there because that wasn't an easy shot. Good birdie opportunity, and I've hit a good putt straight in the middle. So that puts me 5 under through 11. The par 5 12, which used to be 18, which was a great finishing hole for match play, but terrible for anything else. So out of bounds left and right. You can smash driver and you can then hit wedge in, but it just gets tighter the further you go up. So I just hit 6-iron off this tee most of the time. And I'm trying to hit it up the right side of the fairway because then you can get it close to the green still in 2. This one I've just hit it a little bit too far left. So it's still on the fairway, but it's in the left half. And the problem is then you can't then cut much of the corner for your second shot. So I've then sort of back-footed a 5-iron, just trying to cut this round to get it round the corner. Pretty good shot, but yeah, it was a poor tee shot that so I can't get it too close to the green in 2. So this still left me 107 yards. Cleared out all the trees so you can see through now to the clubhouse as well. So this was with a sand wedge, really good shot all over the flag, pitched pretty close, stopped pretty quick, and then leaves me a really simple putt to get me to 6 under through 12 holes. So on for a very good score. Part 3 of playing Sedlescombe Golf Club with me. So currently 6 under through 12 holes. So on for a very good score. So hole number 13, par 3. This used to be the 10th. It's 140 yards uphill into wind. So I'm hitting a 9-iron here. Favourite flag position, this back right. And this is probably the best swing I made all day. So really good shot here. and left myself a really good chance for birdie. So this is to get to 7 under through 13 holes. Didn't feel like I hit too bad of a putt, just didn't see it moving that much. So yeah, but yeah, it's a par, stays at 6 under. 14, one of the tougher tee shots. This used to be the 11th. They've made this a bit easier. So it used to be out of bounds left, and now it's a mandatory drop hazard. And then I've hit this, what I thought was pretty perfect, a little bit right, and then it just bounced through the fair, and there used to be trees there, which they've taken out, thankfully. So left myself 72 yards, playing this with a sand wedge, 54 degree. Pitched it perfect, just didn't stop as quick as I thought it would. So just rolled through, and I'm on top of this like bit of a ridge here. So found it quite hard. Didn't really know which way this was going to move, but it wasn't a bad effort. I thought it was going to break in at the end and go in, but it didn't. So standard par, not too disappointed with that. Hole number 15, this hole's changed a lot. So there is a back tee that's like 70 yards back. So it's a little bit of an easy tee shot for me from this tee, and probably so easy that I didn't put a good swing on this. I actually hit this out the toe, which is why I've got a bit further in than I really wanted, and it's gone in an old divot. So I'm trying to back foot this from 111 yards with my 50 degree wedge. Try and dig it out of the divot, and just happy to get this on the green. I left myself a little bit of an outside chance for birdie. Didn't think I hit a bad putt here, obviously just hit it too hard. This green was rolling quite quick, and then smashed it off the edge of the camera. And then thankfully hold this for par. 16, par 3, 171 yards, wind off the left, sort of into off the left. So I'm trying to hit 7-iron and try and draw this into the back right flag. And made a pretty good swing here, just didn't draw it enough. So it kind of stayed middle to left side of the green, but good club. Left myself another chance for birdie. So lots of birdie chances on this round. So it could have been a really low round. And then simply just didn't hit this hard enough. So not the best putt, but that's a par. 17, this used to be 8. One of the tougher holes this is on the golf course, just because it's a little bit longer, and you're always going to hit a longer club in normally. So this was probably one of the best swings I made as well. So this was with a 4-iron, downwind. I kind of forgot it was downwind, which is why it went so much further than I was expecting. Left myself a lot shorter than I would have normally had inside. 153 yards. I'm hitting a pitching wedge down the wind, trying to hard draw this into a right-hand flag. Hit a good shot, and actually thought I'd gone long, but it was actually pretty good for distance, and then gave myself another birdie chance. So this to get to 7 under through 17, and pretty much perfect putt. So straight in the middle, 7 under. One of the tougher holes, but I seem to birdie it quite a lot. I don't know why that is. And then 18, really good finishing hole. Back tee is again probably another 50, 60 yards back from the tee I'm playing off. So I'm just hitting 3-wood down here. You can go a lot further left than you think. You don't want to go right. If you can hit it far enough, left is better. This one, it was just down the right edge. Got a little bit of a kick left, so worked out perfect. Just hung on to the right side of the fairway and left me 79 yards. So I'm just hitting a lob wedge here to that left flag. Just pulled this a little bit. Pitched it sort of pin high, and then it just released through to the back of the green. So not the best shot, but not terrible. And then I've got a chance here. So this to shoot 8 under. This putt rolls really nice. And I thought that was in. Again, kind of glad it didn't, because probably no one would believe me. But 7 under par, good round of golf.